Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're doing our first recap and review of Love Island USA Season 2 Episode 1. So the show starts off with our gorgeous hostess blinged out as and dressed up as a Vegas showgirl. I kind of think that it was cool. I mean, it was cool. Tell me what you guys thought about it and how she was dressed and the whole scenario leading up to her coming into town. I'm really glad that they were able to choose Vegas as a spot, especially if putting them in kind of in a bubble to protect everybody. The actual set is absolutely gorgeous. It gives the island feel with the palm trees and the swimming pools, and I mean, I think they did a good job. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The setting with the little fire pit, the little pool or jacuzzi that they have there, even the bedrooms and everything. They wanted to give an island feel with the palm trees, pictures, the colors that they use and the color scheme. So I think Love Island did a pretty good job. Kudos to CBS. So it starts out now with two of the girls being Sally and Moira. They show up in these absolutely gorgeous blue and yellow sport cars. You guys, I don't know what kind of vehicles these are. Let me know if you know what they are. But I think this was really cool the way they set this up. So our first lady is Sally. And Sally has been single for 2 years. She called herself the Spicy Latina. She's looking for someone who loves Sally as much as Sally loves Sally. She's into tattoos. I think she said she was looking for the Zayn Malik type. I don't know who that is, but if you guys can let me know, put in the comments down below. She's into kind of like the pretty guy type. So, we'll see. So now we have Moira. And with Moira, she wants somebody who's kind of younger, kind of sweet. She's been single for 2 years too. I think she was dating someone, but it didn't work out. And then she's looking for that hot boy who, she gets around and gets excited. And she's like, let's get married. Let's have kids. Where we going to live? And she was looking for all of the makeout spots on the villa. So she was cool. And, I like the fact that, she's kind of lighthearted. She's kind of a sweet girl. So, we'll see how she interact with whoever she chooses. So then Justine comes on the scene. Now, Justine is a billing coordinator. She's 27. She's also, by evening, a go-go dancer. So she loves to dance. She has a degree in finance. She hasn't been able to do any type of dating with the quarantine, which, of course, that's to be expected. And then she's looking for somebody who wants to commit. I mean, she came to Vegas and she met a bad boy. She's hoping that's not indicative to the vibe that she's bringing into the villa at Love Island. So, we'll see what's going to go on with Miss Justine. Justine. Obviously, you can tell she loves to dance. I think she absolutely have gorgeous eyes and a gorgeous smile. So hopefully as we go on, we'll see how she connect with any of the guys that come on to the villa. So next we have Caitlin. And Caitlin is 27 years old. She's a girl from Michigan. Now, she says she's looking for somebody that's a country boy or have a dad bod. She's been single for 7 years. So she was like, it's been a long time since she done been around some testosterone. And she just wants somebody to touch her. It's interesting that she said that she has a tattoo on the inside of her lip that says psycho. So I'm hoping that's not parallel to her character, but hey, it's her tattoo, so hey, she know her more than everybody else know her. So I think she's a pretty girl. She looked like she has a vibrant personality, loves to smile, loves to laugh. Let's see who she's going to connect with on the show as well. So it's going to be interesting on her connection. So now we got Mackenzie, and Mackenzie is 24 from Arizona. She's a full-time student. She's looking for a sarcastic guy. She says she's only pretty much dated millionaires, and even though she dated millionaires, she said her money is not that important. She just want a guy who she can talk sports, eat pizza, and drink some beers. A lot of guys, she said, look at her as being unapproachable because they figure that, they have the dumb blonde assumption or whatever. But she says she hasn't been around a boy for over a year. And so she feels that she's also in the best, position for being ready for a relationship. So we'll see what's going on with Miss Mackenzie. And she seems like she's a model type. So I don't know. We'll see as we continue to watch the show what her connections are like. So pretty much the girls are on set, and they're basically just chilling and getting to know each other. So far the vibes are pretty cool. Everybody seems to be getting along. And then our hostess, without her showgirl attire, comes on the set and introduce herself. And, basically, she's trying to get everybody excited. And, she kind of want to know what the tea is with everybody. She's like, spill the tea. What's been going on with you guys since this pandemic? And I'm glad she did also explain, the fact that they have been COVID tested several times, and that everybody's healthy and happy, and been in quarantine for several weeks, so everybody's safe. So I know a lot of the fans may wondering how they're doing this, but like I thought, they put everybody in a bubble to make sure that everybody is safe, and then do multiple tests, to make sure that nobody's positive. So I really like the scenery on this one. And so now she's also explained that they're ready to get coupled up. So she have all of the girls line up, and she mentions that there's going to be a guy to come out, and if you're interested in the guy, step forward. So our first guy that comes on the scene is Jeremiah. Jeremiah is a country boy. He said he brings good quality to the table. He has a sense of humor. He's a store associate. And he was like, if the girl got a good sense of humor, can cook, and a little booty, he's good with that. He is good with that. So he's a very, very handsome guy, which, that's pretty cool. And but his accent, very Southern accent. I think he's really attractive. His smile is just too much. And it seemed like he got a sense of humor. So we'll see who picks him. Tell me, would you guys pick him? Ladies, I should say. Guys, lady, whoever. Would you, any of you pick him? So he introduces himself, and the ladies give him a once-over. And, they're looking at him like, okay, I think he's kind of cute, but nobody stepped forward. So then the host tells him, even though nobody stepped forward, you get to choose who you want to couple up with. And what he decided to do was to couple up with Sally. And, Sally was smiling. I think she was holding out which of course she was holding out for someone else, but Jeremiah took that leap. So then our next guy to come to the forefront is James. And James is 27. He's a personal trainer. He's the youngest of 4 boys. Love tats. And he says that he's been on a 5-year lockdown. I don't know. He needs to go into detail about what that is. I don't know. If I missed something, somebody comment down below what he maybe meant by the 5-year lockdown. But he kind of broke that whole thing up, you know. So we'll see what anybody of the girls are going to step forward with him. And so I think we have a match here with Moira. Moira found him kind of cute, very interesting. And so, of course, the choice still lies with James. And so he picked her back and she was like, come to me, baby. So I think they make a cute couple. I really do. I'm glad that the both of them picked each other. And we'll see where this new couple, James and Moira, are going to go. So our next guy is Trey. Trey is 25. He's also a personal trainer. He said he works hard on his body. He played college football. And because he's been raised by other sisters, he knows what to do when it comes to dealing with women, as he says. So he's a very attractive guy, very muscular. He got a nice bod. I mean, you guys comment down below how you rate the abs on this one. I mean, he's extremely attractive, has a nice smile. He got nice tattoos too. So we'll see what our ladies are going to do in regards to Trey and whether, he get picked. But he's very attractive. So he basically gives his synopsis about himself and what he likes, what he don't like, and pretty much looked like he tried to put the charm on with that smile as he was standing in front of the girls, and the girls were looking at him like, okay, I don't know. But the question is, did anybody step forward? And this was a slow-moving group of girls. I guess they were just waiting. But Trey pushed Jeremiah out the way and took Sally. So that puts Jeremiah on the bench, and he'll have to wait. So now we have Connor. And with Connor, he's 23. He's also, we got a lot of personal trainers. Connor loves structure and order. He's an auditor. So that cancels that other comment about being a personal trainer. But he's an auditor. He's a numbers guy. So it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that there's a romantic side to him, because usually when people, not all the time, but when they talk about having structure and order and numbers and things like that, they can kind of be constricted a little bit. But he has an awesome smile. His personality may supersede his job. So we do have a winner for Mr. Connor. Mackenzie is interested in this guy. So, she's smiling from ear to ear. He decides to choose her as well. And they are now our newest couple. So, I think they're cute together. I'm hoping that this is this guy that she was looking for. So now we have Carrington on the scene. And now with Carrington is 23. He's claimed he's very successful. He made a lot of money for his company. I think he closed a deal that was like worth millions of dollars. He considered himself an A-type. He says, hey, I'm successful. I got a sexy body. I got a job. I can show a woman a good time. So he's a cute guy. So let's see. Did anybody step forward for Mr. Carrington? And looked like nobody stepped forward for him. So it was his turn to make a choice and pick who he wanted. And he chose Caitlin. So I don't know about these two. We'll see. Especially with that type of attitude. And of course, Jeremiah is still waiting on the sidelines. And that leaves him, because he has to be paired up. They paired him up with Justine. And you can tell they're not connected. There's that little space with that type of hug. So we have Maura and James. We have couple Justine and Jeremiah. We have Caitlin and Carrington. And we have Mackenzie and Connor. So now we have one person that could shake things up, and that's Johnny. And Johnny comes on the scene, and it's interesting how they have him kind of walk on with his presence. But he's a very attractive guy. A little bit of background on Johnny. He's 22. He's from Virginia. He has 3 sisters. And it's going to be interesting to see what he has to offer in regards to his position on the set, because he can shake up some of these couples. I mean, he has 24 hours to actually kind of gauge which one of the girls that he want to talk to, and then make a choice at the end of the 24 hours. So everybody's meeting everybody. They're all getting along. They now get to see their living spaces, and the girls are pretty excited about their living spaces. The guys are excited about their living spaces. And the guys are sitting back, kind of talking about what they think about the girls and how they all look. And of course, they think the girls are all hot and they are all excited. So I think it's the same thing on the women's side, but they're a little bit more reserved. So, it's going to be interesting as the show go on, as we will see how everybody interact, even with each other, the girls with each other, and of course the guys with each other as well. And again, they give us highlights of what the scenery looks like. It's absolutely beautiful. So let's talk about our interaction with Caitlin and Carrington. It started off kind of rocky a little bit, because Johnny kind of jumped and swooped in and pulled Caitlin to the side to try to get to know her. And of course, Carrington is looking like, okay, I'm going to have to go and get my girl, because I'm trying to get to know her first. So, I mean, I understand Johnny, he has 24 hours to figure out something, but Carrington was like, no, I'm going to go get my girl. So I don't know if that made Johnny feel some kind of way, but anywho, so these two pretty much, they got together and sit down and have some conversation. The only thing with my interaction that I'm noticing about Carrington is that he really didn't give her a lot of eye contact. I mean, he kept looking either down or straight ahead. I mean, she was definitely paying attention to him, but it was like he had a hard time giving her eye contact. And then he was able to put his hand on her leg, to kind of give her some senses of, look after me. But he really dug deep and decided to, go ahead and give her a deep kiss. I don't know if I buy his connection. I mean, yeah, he interested, but I think he went in a little too hard just because Johnny, swooped in before he could actually gain a connection with Caitlin. So we'll see. But Caitlin had a little interaction with Trey. So, I mean, it's just pretty interesting. I mean, I guess everybody, of course, as we know from the previous season, they got to get to know each other. And, I mean, they did still end up at the end of the night, of course, sleeping in the same beds like they're supposed to. But, I mean, there's still some connections that are being explored outside of the coupling. And, of course, Carrington is feeling some kind of way. I mean, he was feeling some kind of way so much that he was able to throw something at somebody. And in this particular interaction, I mean, Johnny's actually talking to a couple girls, he's also trying to get to know Sally as well. But that's not stopping Carrington. No, not at all. So now we have Moira and James, and I really like this couple. They had instant chemistry, instant connection. James is extremely talkative. Oh my gosh. I mean, that boy can talk, but also at the same time, he seemed extremely nervous. So he looked kind of quirky. And they had their first kiss. They didn't waste any time. I mean, Moira was like, this is a dream guy for her. She got that wow moment with him. I really like these two. They actually look good together. And I'm hoping that they continue to build on this connection and be one of our long-term couples on the show. Unless, of course, they bring in some other substitute who might be able to break that up. But, so far they really hit it off with the chemistry that they have together. I mean, it's just clicking and vibing with them. I think that she is really attracted to him. I think that he is really attracted to her. And, it's just a vibe that they're having. So, I think, because I know that on the app, and I'll go into that later in the show, they're really vibing. So next we have Mackenzie and Connor. Now, this is another couple that's an unexpected couple. I mean, Mackenzie, she's dated the millionaire type guy, and, she's that girl that wants a guy with sports pizza and beer. And, he seems like that's the type, but I don't know if he's the millionaire. It's something that she's used to, but maybe she wants something different. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting how these two, connect. And they had chemistry as well. I mean, they got their first kiss out of the way too. They're also one of my top couples that I grade at the end. And again, I'll show you guys that at the end of the video. So stay tuned. Because I actually interact on the app as well. So you'll see that in live time. But these two are definitely really vibing. Connor seems like a sweet guy. He doesn't seem shallow at all. I like the fact that, they really connect and click. I mean, and then she said, do you want to cuddle with me? Oh my God, they are too cute. But at the end of the night, they're on the other side of the bed. Go figure. But you know what? They woke up and had that same vibe and connection that they had before they went to sleep. And then they get dressed up for the evening. And they really look cute together. I mean, he has his outfit. She has her cute dress on. And they're really getting in some good conversation. He was so cute when he said, will you mind if I hold your hand? I thought that was so cute that Connor asked her. And she was like, sure. So I really, really, truly like the connection between these two. They're really vibing. So hopefully they're one of our long-term couples too. So I'm going to follow these two. I really am, along with Moira and her guy. So then we got Trey and Sally. Now, Trey he's been back and forth. I mean, like I said, I think he's a handsome guy. She, of course, Sally is a gorgeous girl. But their connection, I mean, they're getting some conversation in and whatnot. I mean, he was the football player. She was the cheerleader. And so, they made a joke out of that, saying that he was like, you can be my cheerleader for me. And she was like, oh my God, And they got their first kiss in, but I don't think they're 100% with each other, especially Sally. She's also vibing with Johnny. So that's going to be interesting to see who goes where. Plus, I think Trey is vibing with Caitlyn, but I don't think Caitlyn is budging. So that brings up this subject where Caitlyn, because he did kiss Caitlyn, okay? Trey did, even though he's with Sally. She's like, oh my God, should I talk to her? Let me go talk to her. And of course, she went and spilled the beans. But, I'm liking Sally's response. And I think Sally's response was pretty calm because, Caitlyn was looking at her like, okay, I just said that your guy kissed me. It didn't faze Sally. So, Sally and her is having Sally and Trey, I should say, are having a conversation and just getting to know each other. But the thing is that, even though they're sharing a few kisses, these two people got eyes on other folks. And this is one of them. Sally has interest in Johnny. All right, so let's look at this Justine and Jeremiah default coupling. I mean, Justine did not have a match, and then Jeremiah was benched because somebody else picked Sally. So they kind of stuck these two together, and they are definitely instantaneously friend zone. They friend zone each other. There's no connection. She's not that interested in him, and of course, he's not that interested in her. And then she's feeling frustrated because she didn't find the connection off the bat like some of the other couples, which is what she's having a discussion with one of the other girls. And I mean, she's really frustrated by that. It actually brought her to tears that, she was instantly friend zoned and not having a match. Hopefully she'll be around long enough in the villa, to connect. But at the end, they did turn around, her and Jeremiah. They all dressed up. They're looking real cute. And Justine was like, oh my God, Jeremiah's looking kind of fine in his suit. So now she switches and says, I want to get to know you better. I don't want to keep you in the friend zone. And he was open to it too. I don't know. You guys tell me, do you think these two are just trying to keep their spot on the show and they're using their so-called, in parentheses, connection now to date to continue to be on the show? So, I mean, the thing is, now he gets a text at the end of the show saying that he's matched with a new girl coming on the scene. And of course, that throws her for a loop. Justine is like, as soon as I want to get a connection, he's off with someone else. So let's talk about the single man, Johnny. Johnny is the shaker upper. I mean, he's having conversations with Sally, which I think where most of his connection lies. Sally is kind of feeling him too, even though, she's with Trey. But these two actually have more of a better chemistry than Sally has with Trey. And they know it, which is why they're playful with each other. Even though, Johnny, you sleeping alone, but not for long because you got a decision to make in 24 hours. He already knows within his mind what he wants, and he wants Sally. I mean, seriously. I mean, yes, he had conversations with some of the other girls, and it just wasn't vibing. I mean, with, these girls, they were solid in their connection with the coupling that they had. And then, of course, you had Caitlin, she had an interaction with Johnny and, it didn't click. So, he kind of did process of elimination after realizing that, it wasn't vibing with some of these other girls. And where did he end up? Talking to Trey girl, Sally. I mean, Sally knows what she wants. That's why she's looking across and she's giving some thought to the fact that, Johnny's my guy. I'm thinking that I'm feeling him. I'm attracted to him. He's definitely attracted to her. So, I mean, pretty much. And I mean, just look at them. The chemistry is there between those two. You can tell how the nonverbal looks on their faces, how they look at each other. And Trey is like, okay, well, I guess. And so pretty much, at the end of the evening, it was now Johnny's turn because he gets a text. I got a text. He has to now, being that the 24 hours is over with, choose who he want to couple up with. So, I mean, he's looking dead straight at Sally. Of course, she's sitting next to Trey, and Trey is probably in his head like, I know he gonna pick her. I know he gonna pick her. And they're looking at each other. I mean, the eye contact between the two of these people are so strong. They're so connected. He knows what he wants. And I know that's got Trey like sweating a little bit. It's already hot in Vegas, but he's sweating even more. And Johnny is like trying to make this a hard decision, but he finally picked Sally. That's what he wanted. He picked her. She was more than welcome to get up and remove herself from Trey and be with her. And guess who got a text? Trey is like, you know what? Hey, you're on the chopping block, buddy. You better figure it out. So these two are continuing to vibe off on the side. They continue to get to know each other. And I mean, the looks, the glances, the eye contact, the touching, you can tell the body language between Johnny and Sally is hot and fire. I mean, these two, they look good together. I'm just hoping they can be one of our long-term couples. And I'm hoping that he's legit, she's legit, and everything. And then somebody else gets a text, Carrington, and also Jeremiah. They both get text that there are new girls on the scene, and that's making Justine and I don't know, question Caitlin. So we'll see what those two guys do. So let's talk about the app. This is me real time in the app, and the Love Island app gives you the opportunity to answer questions, to rank, to vote. And I am going to vote for my favorite couples on whatever options are available. Go over to your Android settings or your iPhone settings and download the app, and you can kind of have some fun off camera with who's your favorite couple and put your comments there too. So I'm about to rank my couples. Okay, so you get to choose who your first couple would be, and I chose Mackenzie and Connor. My second couple in ranking is going to be Maura and James. My third couple is going to be, and I had a little trouble with this one, and that's Carrington, and then Sally and Trey, and then the fifth one is Justine and Jeremiah. Unfortunately, they didn't have Johnny as an option, but here are my choices. So stay tuned for our next video. The next episode is later today. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.